Good morning, Adam.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm great. How are you? Nice to see you.
I'm good. I'm good.
So, Adam is a composer who's living in New York City, but he's originally from Everson, Washington. And he went to Bellingham High School and studied composition with Roger Briggs when Roger was teaching at Western Washington University. And he studied oboe with me during middle school and high school. And we've enjoyed the pleasure of his young company at Summer Winds, which was a summer program we ran for a few years. So we've known Adam for a long time. And it's just wonderful that we've been able to collaborate with you on this project. We've done a few collaborations with you in the past, and I know we're going to do many, many more. I think it's safe to say we all love your musical style, and we're watching it evolve. And if you're willing, we're willing to do much more. So.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's so nice of you to say. Yeah. It's been very fun to do this project and meet some of the students at Western also. It was a very wholesome experience from start to finish.
Excellent. And we look forward to having us all watch the concert tomorrow night together to see it
Yeah,
all come to fruition. Um, so we have a bunch of questions we just want to ask you. The first is, how has the pandemic affected your style of composition? Like, has there been a shift for you during this? Certainly for performing musicians, we're all a little bit stuck. So what has it been like for you?
yeah. So I feel the role of the composer has kind of shifted these days into coming up with ways to make it okay for musicians to perform pieces together. Um, and one of those ways that I've been thinking about is introducing improv into the world of classical music and giving musicians more of a dialogue with the composer instead of just having a written down piece of music and then they just play it. um, I think that this makes it more fun for everyone involved, and it also makes it so there's more freedom and ability to kind of do what you want in a time where there's so much worry about everything else that's happening. You should be able to have as much fun as you can playing music, and it often makes for a very stress-free experience, which is really fun.
Yeah, I certainly can say that I experienced that playing your music. Absolutely. I would turn off the lights, put the headphones on, memorize some of it, and just go. And it was an escape a little bit from the quarantining world that we're living in.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I feel like, working with students, um, having them work on that project was much more beneficial to them than having them like study a piece where they tried to all, play it together. It was much more creative. I think the students really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so too. I think my experience working with them trying to put Mozart together has not been fun. So, um, I guess we should tell people we abandoned that in the fall, and we had Adam come in the fall and sit in on our studio and talk to the kids about what this project was going to be like, and then we gave them until the spring to produce their works.
Adam, could
Yeah.
you tell us a little bit about the process of how you decided how to put the scales together or the rhythms or how to figure out the measures and how it all works?
Yeah, yeah. So, I mean, the one obvious limitation with playing music over Zoom is that nothing can be perfectly lined up from, multiple instruments playing together. And so that's sort of an immediate limitation that you can work around. And that's what I really tried to do with this piece. And so I focused mainly on writing music that wasn't so rhythmically precise and didn't need like a pulse or a metronome. Um, and that really freed it up to be more of a you know not randomized but more of an improvisatory experience for everyone. Yeah, so in terms of actually creating this uh, sandbox to improvise in for classical musicians, I basically took specific scales that worked but were different for each instrument, and then once they were laid on top of each other, it created harmony that could never be dissonant or harsh or um, basically in order to have the musicians feel comfortable improvising and not, if you just give a classical musician no restraints and just say do whatever you want, and then you times that by three in a trio, there's going to be a lot of clashing and a lot of stuff that might not work. And so, because, you know, not everyone's brains can just work perfectly together in three like that. So, you know, you impose these little limitations, and then it makes it so it's once again like a fun experience instead of a scary experience.
Yeah, and it was really, I mean, when there was dissonance, it was beautiful dissonance
Yeah,
because
yeah.
it would always resolve to something gorgeous. And I think all the students experienced that.
Yeah, yeah, there's definitely an interplay of this, you know, dissonance and then release, and you know, because that's what music is anyways. So I try to keep that into it too, and I think it worked pretty well.
So, all of the things that you've been exploring in your composition during this pandemic, are you going to keep some of those things? Like, do you love some of this? Has it like inspired you to be like, wait, this is a new way to look at music and to offer music to performers?
Yeah, absolutely. I really think that this is a interesting path to go down, especially because of the reactions that I've gotten from the music too. I mean, you guys all seem to really enjoy the experience, and so I've always wanted that to be part of like who I am, to have the musicians love the music as much as me. And so by doing this, it kind of creates this new, fresh take on classical modern music. And yeah, so I've actually built a quartet of my own, and we play music that's very similar to this, where I kind of took the same ideas of, you know, restrained improv and arrhythmic like morphing and stuff like that, and put it into more music for my quartet now, which is flute, clarinet, alto sax, and cello. And I'm playing alto sax, which is quite fun. And so we've been rehearsing, and we're planning on playing in New York and kind of spreading that word around. um, but yeah, I very much enjoy writing music like this specifically because it's more of a wholesome experience for everyone.
Yeah, that's excellent. If people wanted to hear some of that, do you have it posted anywhere? Where can we point people?
Yeah. So Bloom Quartet on Instagram. It's bloom.quartet. And then on Facebook too, if you just search us up, we're there too. Um, but yeah, if anyone is in New York City, we'll be in the parks in the spring. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Have you
Wow.
had a chance to play your own music and participate in the experience? Has that changed anything for how you're thinking about writing it, or does it fall the way that you expected to as a player?
Yeah. So some of it, you know, didn't, of course, because it's all just experimental at the beginning. And yeah, I had to work and go back to the drawing board a couple times and try different things out, because there's definitely things that don't sound like you would think they would when you're kind of taking this whole rhythmic idea away, and this whole, you know, pre-composed melody and harmony structures away. um so it makes it more difficult to come up with like an arc in the story of a piece, and so we have to kind of take that as the musicians and create our arc together, which also adds to a whole new kind of ensemble experience, which is really fun.
Mm-hmm. That's cool.
It's really like jazz. I mean, jazz players do that. And
Yeah,
we haven't been trained in it, so thank you for giving us the opportunity. And we'll take more. We'll take all of it.
yeah,
Whatever you
yeah,
want to
yeah.
do.
For sure, for sure. I'm really excited to continue working with the three of you and Western. It's a good experience.
Excellent.
Do you think this compositional style would work for a larger ensemble?
You know, yeah, I'm actually trying to come up with ways to do that now. Specifically with uh in terms of coming up with the material to replicate the sounds of the natural world and different things that you hear when you go outside. That was another thing that was very interesting, that kind of links this whole improv and arrhythmic stuff into the natural world, where, you know, birds and mice and woodpeckers and everything aren't doing anything in like to a clock or to a metronome. So um I love that, and I love how all of it works kind of asynchronously all together like that. And so I want to do something like that in a larger ensemble, like a chamber orchestra or something. So yeah, stay tuned for that.
Okay, thank you, Adam. It's been so awesome to have you here. And we're gonna have you back. Absolutely. I look forward to exploring this further with the students that have already done this much, and maybe we can involve you in some of that process too as we move forward.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you for having me too. This has been a great experience from start to finish, and I look forward to more of this.
Awesome. Thanks.
Thank
Okay.
you.
Thank you.
Bye.